Cool, awesome. I think all can now see my screen. So let me share about Lighthouse and then what are some cool tools that we are building. But yeah, essentially, just as a recall, Lighthouse is building permanent storage infrastructure for Web3. One of the initial ideas came from my personal experience where I thought, okay, can Web3 be used as a technology to store data long term or forever rather than paying monthly to a centralized provider? And hence, Lighthouse offers permanent decentralized storage, which is powered by IPFS and Filecoin. And it's supported and ideal for individual developers and also enterprises, especially in production. It works well. So yeah, the key problems that we are solving are three. First is for perpetual storage, the long-term maintenance for NFTs and blockchain data is quite expensive, and Lighthouse solves that with a lower cost option, especially like the recent RTFKT NFT, where somebody claimed that they had a 1.25 million purchase of an NFT, which is now worthless because that was hosted on a centralized service. Nowhere to be found. And secondly, like there's a lack of security in the current alternates, and that's like eliminating half of the use cases. And third is fragmentation. Like when new folks especially come in the ecosystem, they have to tie up a lot of these complex nodes together. But Lighthouse solves that and like avoid the problem of slowing the onboarding and adoption. And like, yeah, how do we solve these problems? Is first of all, for permanent storage, we have like an on-chain endowment pool of funds, which is essentially a set of smart contracts. It's deployed on Falcon virtual machine, so you pay on that pool, and the guarantee is as long as the pool is funded, your data is stored forever. And then since it's smart contracts, we can do all the cool things with it. Like it's already connected to lending protocols like Glyph, and it's also connected to like non-Falcon chains like on Polygon, we have connected it to Aave as well via XLR bridge. So it's like an on-chain pool of funds, which not just is sitting idle, like in case of any other existing Web3 protocol, but also grows over a period of time. Uh, and then secondly, we have the success control, which is powered by BLS threshold cryptography, where you need not store keys on the client's end or at a single place, but it's sharded and stored across multiple Lighthouse nodes and helps in decentralized key management. So let's say if you own Pudgy Penguins, then you can view a file or you can time lock encryption, all kind of uh, those user experience can be built. And third is our unified SDK, like which is live in JavaScript, also in Python, where through one single SDK, you can upload data to IPFS, to Filecoin, you can retrieve, you can get proofs, and then also you can do encryption and access control through that one single SDK as well. And then obviously, like through some open source contributors, will be launching of new languages. And these are the two are common products here. As you can see, Web Portal, as Paul mentioned yesterday on the session, acts as a very great tool that folks can log in with the methods they know, Google, GitHub, email, or MetaMask, or Phantom wallets, easily pay using even Stripe, or we also support stable coins as well. And then we also have an easy to use CLI and SDK that can be easily integrated across web mobile applications. And then essentially through this infrastructure, we realize that we are already building like a sustainable economy of data DAOs. If you see the whole concept of data DAOs, Lighthouse has everything that a data DAO would need. We have storage. Most important, we also have encryption, we have access control. And then let's say folks can pool their funds together. So right now we say within our team and have been propagating across messaging across social as well that we have two data DAOs already live. One is like the Lighthouse data DAO, which is like for all the Lighthouse users, which has an on-chain smart contract pool and like terabytes of data, which is stored underneath on Filecoin perpetually. And second is like for the NFT storage, where they have like a separate endowment pool, which is created by our own framework. And then that can be monetized through whatever means like their governance decide into the future. It could be monetized further, connecting to existing data DAO platforms like Vana or something more that some other interfaces people in the folk in the community are building. But yeah, long term, we see that there are smart contracts that we have that generates yield, can be governed, have data stored underneath. With access control, it can be easily be monetized, and hopefully with the upcoming technologies like with FHE, etc., which might become more scalable in coming 1 to 2 years. It can be connected to those for private processing for the data as well. So quite excited that it's not just like prototype, but it's like we already have like hundreds and thousands of Filecoins which are sitting in two of these endowment pool that can be checked at explorer.lighthouse.storage on Filecoin mainnet. And another thing to highlight, because USGFC's talk of, I think, a lot of these sessions, we have now USGFC now deployed on Lighthouse, live in production on mainnet. Um, and for the users, it will be live from Monday. So there's like some final testing, but contracts are live, and USGFC can be paid by users to buy the storage. Like we have two plans, like either you pay permanently or you can pay annually as well for those who want more storage but less frequent like duration of storage. So we already have USGFC and XL USDC live in production as well. So cool. Like that's from my end. But I would love to have you guys check out our Explorer, our white paper, which we recently launched as well. And I'll hand it over to the next speaker. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nandit. I think you officially win at being the first Filecoin on-ramp in production that allows you to pay for storage with USDFC. So really awesome to see Lighthouse leading the charge there. I think we have a video from Shashank that Lighthouse Nandit, if you stop sharing, we can start playing that video and
Hey
learn a little bit
everyone,
more
I
about
am
eStore.
Shashank and I have been working on this storage on ramp called eStore. So what is eStore? It's a decentralized storage on ramp. What this means is like all your storage metadata, state, everything remains on chain on a smart contract, and like your actions of like storing file, etc., all those happen through a smart contract transaction, changing the state, etc. So along with that, we like also guarantee you the storage with the help of on-chain SLAs. So you can choose what you want. You can choose for like cold storage, hot storage, or retrieval, and we would be having those on-chain logic of enforcing those SLAs on SPs, and as well as like the whole payment logic on-chain. So maintaining the like complete transparency and decentralism on eStore. We aim to implement this with the help of an easy to use UI comparable to like traditional drive storage. We don't want user to like keep clicking on transaction for every file they store. So we've been working on that as well. And finally, like everything on eStore is open source. We work on various other things in general in Filecoin that you can like go and see on our GitHub. So yeah, we everything on eStore is open source. Yeah. So what is new in eStore? So yeah, if you want a more in-depth deep dive on how eStore then what it aims to do, so I had an in-depth 20-minute deep dive talk on last FDSS Bangkok. Go, you can check that out on Filecoin's YouTube channel. So what are the new things that happen from that until now? So we have implemented direct retrieval from SP. So each file that you store on eStore are now retrieved directly from SPs to you. We have implemented on-dep file previews. You can share your file with peers, and like an important thing which is like client-side encryption protocol. What this means is like in Filecoin, if you store publicly, what this does is anyone having your file CID would be able to see the file. So this becomes a problem in privacy, etc. So we have implemented this client-side encryption protocol. So as soon as you upload your file, what happens is the CID of the file is calculated on your browser. So the file hasn't left your device, and you are asked to sign that with your wallet. From this signature, we generate a key, like a hash of that signature, a key which is used to encrypt your file. So we encrypt your file on your device and then send that encrypted file to be stored on Filecoin. So now at the time of like a download, you can again we would ask you the same pop-up for the signature, and we would again regenerate that key from the scratch because that key is stored nowhere, and we would retrieve that encrypted file from SP and decrypt it on your browser and give it to you. So yeah, this is like end-to-end like encrypted file sharing where no one the actual file never leaves your device. So no one is able to like access your file except you or the people whom you share your file with. So yeah, a few upcoming features on eStore. So we are working on a verifiable aggregation mechanism. So what that means is, so the sector size, the deal size in Filecoin is of 32 GB. There should be a way to ensure like that your file was included on that sector. and this should be a default feature on eStore, not something that's opt-in. So we have been working on that. We are working on new like a smart contract flow that like integrates all those SLAs that I talked about, hot storage, cold storage innately, and you can easily like choose them among them, etc. We are working on that, and a new UI so as to have that all integrated with a great UX. On-chain retrieval SLA that I stated, to that I've been working on that quite recently, and like this is a demo that I developed, this, how it could work on chain. It doesn't exist as of now, so we would be using like the spark checker nodes for that, and like way it could somehow work is like client assumes that his file would be stored on chain, is are being retrieved, and as long as he keeps on getting retrieval, then there is no problem. But if the retrieval stops, what we can do is we can he can come and raise dispute like on chain through a function, and as soon as this dispute is raised, like the our network of checker nodes would go and check whether the file was retrievable or not. If not, they would post back the result like, okay, the file was not retrievable, and on that case, like the stake that SP has put in as a guarantee for to provide the retrieval, that would be slashed and given back to the client of the deal. Yeah. So this is how we are looking forward to have a retrieval SLA on chain. And our demo which I did for was like SP can come and stake, and anyone can come and like challenge a deal. So this is like you guys live. You can check it on retrieve checker like deal retrieve checker.versal.app. So it's live. You can like basically go and challenge any deal on calibration, and as soon as you challenge it, the network of Spark node would run the check. So this is me running a check and finally post back the result. Now the status would change from pending, and you can like process the dispute so as to get the stake back, and all those type of things. So this is like where we think of doing the retrieval SLA on chain. And like finally, yeah, so that's all. Our aim with eStore is to have storage functionalities also on like decentralized web, providing everyone like everyone can shift to that, and tell away the centralized sources of storage. If you want to contact us, you can contact on these links, and I am Lord Forever on Slack if you want to contact me. Yeah. So yeah, that was all. Thank you.